And we're live.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect, how it affects them, and the price of milk. Thank you. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe down below.
Hey guys, welcome to another great show. I hope you all have had a wonderful week. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. So we got some crazy
Happy
Mandela
Mother's
effects to talk
Day.
about with you tonight, right, Sandy?
Yes, we do. We do. So where are
All
we
right.
starting?
All right. Let me get to the photo share.
Hey, John Nada.
How is everybody doing?
You have a nice weekend? We got 10 people in the chat, only 2 people talking. Hi, Michael Fontaine. He
All
says,
right.
finally.
Which one am I starting with, Sandy?
I would start with the Curiouser one and move your way up.
With the one with the logo issues?
Yeah, we'll start with that, and then we'll go to all of the new ones. Hey, Joe, welcome. Oh, John Nada's working like usual. Oh, we're going to get the crazy. That's coming. We're
All
going to
right.
get to it. Okay, we're going to start off with something I covered on Curious's channel, just because Brian hasn't covered it. In case you missed it, it's just one. And then everything else is brand new. We got all brand new stuff tonight. So, number 1. Thank you, Joe.
Anybody recognize this company's logo?
Now, if you already saw this, answer what you originally answered. Sounds good, John. Don't kill yourself, though. If you're working, you got to get that sleep. There's always a replay, you know? Does anyone recognize this company's logo? I'm getting no answers in the chat, Brian.
I
Just
don't
hearts
know
and
this
happy
one.
Mother's Days.
I don't know this one either. I mean, it looks kind of familiar, but
Welcome, Erica Beechler. She says no. John Nada says, I saw this, but still can't remember what it is. Michael Fontaine says, not really. And Joe Boer says, or a time loop. A clue. Here we go. It's already a Mandela effect. A company that's already Mandela affected. There you go. That's my clue. Joe Bloor is guessing Starbucks. Nice guess, but not what it is. I'm not going to kill you guys. I'm going to move on. It's just, I know you guys like to guess, so I figured I'd give you a second. Brian, do you have a guess? With the
I
hints?
don't actually. I don't.
Okay. All right, guys. It looks like some insurance company says MT. Welcome. No, we can move on.
All right.
There we go. Last Flyboy comes in with Procter and Gamble. And now John Nada remembers.
Is that? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I've never
So,
seen the Smart Moon logo with them.
neither have I. We have researched this extensively for residue, and not once have we ever seen the Star and Moon logo. Have you?
I have not.
Welcome. We have so many new people in the chat today. Welcome, Hito. Hito guessed the bank. But yeah, it's Procter and Gamble. And if you were alive in the 90s and 2003, they were using this logo in commercials. We should know this logo. I've never
seen it in
seen
my
it.
life.
1992 to 2003, they were using it at the end of their commercials. And I do not remember this. And they were using it for years, I'm just saying, as recently as 2003.
Yeah, I can't
Never
say I've
seen
heard
it
of it.
either. So,
Anyway. So is it okay,
moving
2.
on.
Yeah, 2.
Welcome. Yeah, number 2. Erica says her husband's never seen it either.
What's
I
going
have
on,
no
Scrabble?
idea what it represents. I have no idea.
I thought I thought it had something to do with coffee, honestly, Sandy.
Yeah, a lot of coffee, insurance companies. Those are the answers I got last time too.
Really?
All right, really. So Scrabble had some weirdness happen recently that isn't a change. This is not a change officially yet, but something to keep an eye on because maybe it's going to change. You don't know what's going to happen with the Mandela effect. Go on, Brian. Last Flyboy says, I remember that symbol on toothpaste packs. Interesting. I'll have to look at some from the 90s to see if it, so I could see what you saw. My local news recently covered the official annual Scrabble tournament, and every tile they showed on TV had broken letters like we see time and time again in Mandela logos. Thought it was weird, so I decided to share it. As you can see, the R's have lines through them. That's one picture. I got a couple more. The official tiles in recent and older versions seem unchanged. So like I said, this isn't a change, but like I said, the Mandela effect changes things all the time. It could be that it hasn't gotten to these letters yet. We have to keep an eye on them. I knew what you meant. I knew you meant toothpaste tubes. I got you. So here you can see the O is broken for no reason whatsoever. Doesn't make any sense. They were showing different tiles on TV and they're all broken and it's weird.
Yeah, definitely. That is weird. Say
Number
number
3.
3.
Yes. You want to read this one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do you recognize this logo? What modern day company is this logo for?
I will give a hint. And if you already saw this, do not answer. Unless you're going to answer what you originally answered.
Man. Go ahead, Sandy.
Okay. The hint is...
Are they a car towing?
Yeah, you know what? Before I give a hint, let me hear what people think it is. Because when I give the hint, it's gonna change your whole perspective. And I don't know is a perfectly acceptable answer. I will take I don't know. Erica said never broken letters in my game. Well, the game right now does not have broken letters. Knock on wood that I know. Erica guesses ice dispensing. Welcome, Mariama. Again, to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Towing company guesses Joe Bloor. You guessed like a mechanic. towing company, right, Brian?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's a towing company.
Okay, here is your hint. It's a convenience store.
That's weird.
I know, right? And it's a convenience store, Brian, that we have researched. This logo was not there. Just appeared out of nowhere. Anybody want to change their guess?
I cannot, Sandy.
I can't. No, when I saw this, I just couldn't. Yeah. There we go. Joe Boer comes in with the answer. 7-Eleven. It is 7-Eleven, guys. All right, we can go on. You reading still, or do you want me to take over?
Sure. I was just waiting to see. Okay, so 1927 to 1946. Uh, I've researched this company's logo a couple times, Sandy says, over the years, and not once did I see this logo
Uh-uh.
or this logo for 7-Eleven. Have you ever seen these before? No.
No, neither. Like I said,
So,
I get it if people who just watch the show, it's like, okay, I never knew about those. That's fine. But we have researched 7-Eleven because remember when the N, everybody's like, the N changed to a lowercase. So we researched 7-Eleven then, and none of these logos were here, including this part. Go ahead, Brian.
yeah, sure. So I've never seen the logo with the Mandela spelling till in it. Have you? Yeah,
Do you
because
remember?
till always used to be TIL, right?
Yep,
Now it's
yep.
TILL.
Actually,
And
for me, it was apostrophe TIL because you're
yes, that was
shortening it
it for
from
me.
until.
Apostrophe TIL. Right.
Right. So how can you shorten it from until, but until only is one L? That makes no sense. Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, there was never a till. It was never 7 till 11. It was just 7-Eleven. Hey, Moon Freedom, welcome.
So here's some more of the logos, as you can see, of 7-Eleven. These are the year that I don't. Do I need to zoom in on this? You guys can see
Yeah, if you
this.
want. It's
Okay.
by year. Yeah.
But totem was what it was from 1927 to 1945.
Then
That's so weird.
7-Eleven. Then it went to 7 till 11. And then back to
Right.
7-Eleven.
But I believe it was Moneybag 73 who pointed out that the N is a
Yes.
lowercase n, but all the rest of it is uppercase.
Money
Anyone
bags
find that
and
weird?
Noble. Hmm.
Huh?
And Noble. I don't know which one covered it first.
Yeah, I don't know which one covered it first. I saw it on Moneybag's channel. That's it for that folder.
Yep, that's it. We're done with the old folder. Now you can go on to the new stuff.
So let's talk about um, something on Twitter, I guess.
Yeah, something I saw on Twitter, which made me say, I wonder what people remember. So, recently, are you shocked that I saw something on Twitter that had me wondering, is this a change? Shocked because it's Elon Musk, you know. He's everywhere right now. So I'm not saying this is a change. I don't even know if it's a change. I'm asking you guys what you remember. I was not affected by this at first, but now I can see it both ways. How do you remember the first name of this man being spelled. Please spell Elon how you remember it in the chat. Now, I wish I had asked this last month before he was in the news constantly, because you would have seen his name over and over and over. And even if you remembered it the other way, like some people do, you may have taken the update just from seeing it so much. You know what I'm saying, Brian?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Mariama says Elon with an O. John Nadas with an O. Joe Bloor comes up with both A and an O. Hedda says, please, Elon with an O. Last five ways guessing with an A. Moon Freedom's an O. Now, what do you say, Brian?
I don't know. I think it's Elon, Lon.
Oh,
Not really affected by this one.
yeah, I wasn't either. Erica says, I refuse the download. All right, we can go on.
Okay.
So again, I saw this on Twitter. I saw people writing his name wrong, basically. And I'm like, well, I wonder if that's a change for some people. Let me ask. Like I said, it was always Elon for me, but the more residue I found, the more Elon started looking right. And that tends to happen. They both look right to me now. But it's everywhere. Welcome, Amanda. Hi, Hito.
I mean, do they spell it differently in different countries?
I have no idea. All I know is that it's on ABC, all these other, news channels, articles. I don't know. It was always Elon with an O for me. Just because I'm not affected by it doesn't mean I shouldn't show it. There's a lot of things with an A. I don't get it. Hey, Virgos, welcome. Glad you're still here, Hito. Is it Hito or Hedo? I hope you're well too, Amanda. Thank you for saying so. Brian?
Mm-hmm. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right.
It's just some random people who remembered Elon with an A.
That is weird.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, right next to his Twitter handle, ELO, they wrote ELA. And this is CEO World Magazine. How do you mess that up? You focus on CEOs all the time. I was like, maybe there is something to this. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I agree. It doesn't. CBS News wrote Elon with an A in bold.
I mean, do you think it could be in effect, guys?
That's what I'm saying. Just because we're not affected by it doesn't mean other people aren't. And that's why I presented this. Welcome, Red Snow. Welcome, Quantum. Everybody's coming in.
Yeah, is this a Mandela effect? Not sure. That's why Sandy's presenting this. See if anyone else remembers a time when Elon was Elan.
But you pronounce it the same way.
Yeah, right. Elon.
Yeah, see, there's ABC News, too.
Oh, my goodness. Why would they get it wrong?
I don't know. That's Goodreads got it wrong. ABC News. So many articles. I just stopped. I actually deleted like 20 of them because I'm like, this is too
Awesome.
much.
Has anybody heard anything new with the space race or anything?
Oh no, it's all about Twitter right now.
You remember for a while there was like the conquest of the billionaires, or the like a competition, and then we didn't really hear anything else since then.
Yeah. That's how I feel, Mariana. I'm not affected by this personally, but I could see it both ways. That's why I was like, let me just present it because there's too much evidence here. Too many people remember it with an A that I had to ask.
Well, what is this creature?
Okay, so a while back, Fizzy presented a new bird, a manned animal. They're rough. And please don't take offense to this. This is all quoting a scientific article. Okay? That's all I'm quoting here. She did not know or talk about this, and this part is what could be the change, is what she didn't talk about, which was the male's strange behavior. She talked about a ton of stuff about the rough, but not this. The first behavior, they're cheaters. That's not the
Oh my
Mandela
goodness.
effect, but I'm just listing all the behaviors. It's written into their genetic code that they like to steal other roughs' mates.
Wait, say what again?
It's written into their genetic code to steal the mates of the other birds.
Goodness, that's that's weird.
Mm-hmm. But that's nothing too special. Lots of species are programmed to reproduce as much as possible with as much genetic variety as possible to ensure the species continues. This is where I said, don't come for me. I'm just quoting the scientific article. Okay. Non binary. Ladies and gents, I present to you now the first cross dressing, non binary bird. I'm 100% not joking. That is what the scientific article says. What you're looking at here is a male. This image here, this is the male version. All the other birds have this big, it's called a ruff because of the ruffles around its neck. The male here is dressing like the female birds. I'm going to get into it more. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay.
Not as in the binary of male and female, but the binary of male behavior type. There are 3 types of males that roughs identify with, which describe how they steal girlfriends. Again, quoting the article. The cocky aggressive, the sneaky satellite. Yeah, Brian.
And
The crossdresser. The cross-dressing ruff flattens its feathers to look like a female, allowing the ruff to go undetected by the other males and swoop in and steal their women, birds.
that's ridiculous.
Yes, yes, that's why I'm presenting this. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's also ridiculous that when Fizzy researched the ruff, none of this popped up. And this article is over 2 years old. So far, this is the only known species that is genetically coded to be able to do this. So they've actually found the genes that allow these male ruffs to change their appearance and cross-dress as female. Like here's another ruff. Look at that. Compared to the plain one I showed you, because the females typically in birds are the more plain. With the way the world is today, I'm not surprised at all that we are now finding this in nature. A cross-dressing non-binary woman stealing cheer bird. This is getting ridiculous now. It's so ridiculous, I can't. But again, the biggest thing for me is that Fizzy researched this like a year ago, and this article is 2 years old, and this was not around for her to find.
That's just so weird.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ann Gainer. Welcome, Adam for Christ. Well, I'm going to butcher,
hey guys, welcome.
This.
What?
Welcome, Hinatachin 360. Welcome. Did I miss anybody? The one, welcome.
There's a new change with Pinocchio, is that right?
There is.
All right. Well, we talked about Jiminy Cricket. He used to be green, right? Now he's like this pale color.
And we talked about his feather turning red from red to pink, white, ombre.
Yeah, it was red. His feather was red.
Right. Recently, I covered Pinocchio's feather changing from red to ombre, white, hot pink, as well as Jiminy Cricket changing from green to tan. And in some things, it actually looks like almost the same, like flesh, like a pale flesh color, not even tan, but mostly it's tan. Now Pinocchio's pants match the new feather. Do you remember his pants being red, everyone? Because I do.
Yeah.
They were red as those shoes. I don't get why they're hot pink now.
You're telling me his pants are pink?
Yeah, I have the clip at the end, so you know I didn't edit a single thing. So his pants were always red. Now they are raspberry pink. His red shoes clash with the new pants, which now match the color of the feather. When I covered this, his pants were still red. When I covered the feather, they were still red. They're no longer red.
Yeah, but I don't remember those blue crosses either running down the sides. Do you?
I do. I do actually remember the patterning on the sides. But the thing is, they may have been green and not blue. I don't know. Go on. There's more. So, another thing. Still not on my screen. I'm waiting for it to get here. Has changed with Pinocchio. In the scene where he lies to the fairy godmother, what do you remember growing on his nose? So red pants for me, says Mariama. We have questions. Stay here, Brian. Hey, Ed Hen, welcome. Oh, I got the hiccup. Sorry. Welcome, Dale. Good to see you. A little twig with a leaf, says Hinatachin. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that. Erica Beechler says, wasn't there a small branch and a leaf? Joe Bloor says plant leaves. Amanda Barrett says branch. Burgos says leaves. Joe Bloor says leaves. The one says yes. Branch with leaf, says Vale. Okay, I'm going to reword the question for everyone. Yes or no in the chat. Do you remember flowers? Ed Hen does not know, and that is okay. Joe Bloor says I'm branches. Erica is screaming no. Negative for Amanda. And for Christ says branch with leaves. No for Mariama. Nope for Joe Bloor. Roman says no. No flowers that I recall, says Hinatachen. Last Flyboy is a no. Moon Freedom is a no. Brian? I think we have 100%. All right, we can go on.
Just a branch with leaves.
Yep, we can go on.
No, that's BS.
I just remember leaves. I have no memory of pink flowers.
No.
And they're like immediate. See the little tiny bud?
What's going on with Pinocchio?
I don't know, but Jiminy's looking a little more. He's still tan, but he's looking a little more olive there, which I like. All right, so finally, Jeff thought Jiminy Cricket might have flip-flopped back to green. So I watched some scenes, but he still pretty much looked tan. Except, check this out, guys. Look at this. Look what happens when you freeze frame stuff. Now you see all those pink flowers. You saw that, right? Okay, next slide, Brian. Check it out. The flowers are gone.
What?
When you freeze frame it, look, there's no flowers. The flowers are gone. And Jiminy is green like I remember. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Green Jiminy Cricket. No flowers. Beautiful. So now you're going to see the actual scene that I took all the screenshots from. So you can see that the pants are pink, the flowers are there, and the last scene, Jiminy is green and the flowers disappear. Go ahead, Brian. So here you go. Pink pants, almost purple. Raspberry. Red shoes. There's no sound on purpose. We don't want to get a strike.
His pants match the feather now. That's so weird, man.
Mm-hmm. Jiminy's tan.
That's when he tells a lie.
Mm-hmm. There's the pink bud. More buds. I don't remember those flowers. Oh my God. I can't. Wait. So do you want me to tell you what happens next?
Yes.
Because I wasn't sure on this one. I thought, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I don't remember things right all the time, you know? Let me ask the chat this, and you, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember anything after the leaves?
No.
Guys? Do you remember anything after the leaves in the chat, Brian? Look for me because I'm doing something. I'm editing the clip. To show you. Save videos, new clip. I'm sending you a clip on Messenger, Brian. Okay?
Okay.
What's the chat saying?
Okay.
Because if they don't remember this, I'm going to add it to the presentation.
JB says bird's nest.
And Erica says, do not say a bird appears. See, we already got polarization here. Yes, a bird's nest, says JB. Welcome, JB.
Several bird's nests.
JB says bird appears, but I don't remember it before the last time I saw it. Ito says, yes, bird's nest. Joe Bloor says bird's nest. Amanda, can you get the song of the South in the USA? I don't think so. I think it's actually banned now. Like, you can probably get it at a yard sale, but I don't think they sell it new. Joe Bloor says
with
with
bird's
eggs.
nest, Sandy?
Huh?
You remember a bird's nest?
I don't. I really, really, really don't. When you see how big this thing is, just play the clip I sent you. at this.
What?
Not eat. It's gigantic. I don't remember that. I'm sorry. I don't. Do you remember? Erica's screaming.
Who's
Welcome,
screaming?
Omari. Omari says no. Even JB is like, "What is that?" With the little emojis.
What?
What?
You found this one, Sandy?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I can't. So
WTF?
I'm gonna come out, guys. You come out with mugs as I
Serious
can.
neck muscles, Pinocchio.
I didn't realize I said that too much till Brian said it. Yeah, I've never seen that before either, and I'm like, I must be crazy. Am I just remembering this? How did I forget that? Like, how did I forget that? But apparently, I'm not the only one that has never seen that before. So you made me feel better. Thank you. All right. Whew. Okay, there's more. We got more. Keep going, Brian.
Is that it with the after the clip?
That's
there's
in
no more?
Pinocchio. Yeah, that was just the update.
Man, that was surprising.
And you were going to cancel tonight's show. He was going to cancel, guys.
No, I wasn't going to cancel. I didn't know if we were going to have a show tonight. To be honest with you, it was Mother's Day, you know. But I'm glad we did, Sandy.
Yeah, me too.
So this one goes credit to me. Entenmann's. Okay. This one affects me strongly. What do you remember? Which logo do you remember? 1 or 2? The top one or the bottom? And I know we talked about this before. We talked about this one before. So this is what is this a repost, Sandy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, we didn't do this one yet.
Really?
I just showed you the graphic when I made it. Yeah. But really quick, Red Snow says, for the record, I have baby pictures in the photo album of Mickey Mouse having suspenders. We would love to see that.
I would love to see that.
Mandela Effect Awareness at gmail.com if you don't mind sharing it. We can always put a black box over you if that's what you prefer. Good night, Erica. Thanks for coming. If you're a mom, happy Mother's Day. Moon Freedom says 2. That's how you say it, but I bet it's 1 now. I don't know. Brian?
Yeah?
Joe Bloor is asking, is Entenmann's nationwide?
Is what nationwide?
Is Entenmann's nationwide?
I believe it is because you can find it at most, like Publix, Wallbounds. I've seen them in Pathmark. I've seen them in several.
Remember how I told you about Stroman?
You guys still have a Pathmark up there, Sandy?
No, they all closed down. But you know how I told you about Stroman? You can find Stroman everywhere here, but that's like a Philadelphia regional company.
Yeah. I'm also looking at the logo, and I don't remember that bottom loop on the E. Do you?
The what?
There's like an extra loop on the E on the bottom. I don't remember that loop between the E and the N, like that.
Oh, you just remember it going up into the N?
Yeah.
Possibly, yes.
But that's not what we're talking about here.
Hannah Tachin says, I literally just talked about this a few minutes ago. I remember 1, by the way. Oh, I'll type out the link. No problem, Redstone.
Okay.
1 second.
Anyone else affected by this one? All right. So I remember the bottom one. Entenmann's.
Oh, wait a minute. Really quick. JV remembers 2.
Okay.
Ed Hen says, I'm guessing 2. It looks like Amanda remembers one. It's in Ohio, says Last Flyboy. Amanda says, not the world. I'm sitting this one out. Understandable. Joe doesn't know. And Dale is number one. JD says, this is fun. Oh, that's awesome. That's like the best feedback we can get.
What's that, Sandy?
That this is fun.
Oh, yeah, it is fun. It's like a game.
Yeah. That you get to participate in. Last Flyboy says one. They are. I agree, Ed. All right, Brian, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I meant to read that one. So yeah, I remember two. The bottom one without the N. The second N, because now there is an N. It's always been Entenmann's. We've always pronounced it Entenmann's. Were you able to find a residue, Sandy?
I was. Now, I told Brian it's always had an N for me, but I could see it both ways. So this is current reality. I'm going to go back and forth. Hedo remembers too. I don't know if it's Edo or Hedo. Understandable, Clon. Tom says they don't have them in Canada.
That's perfect too, because it says it in the title, but then when you look at the store, it's spelled different.
Mm-hmm.
Entenmann's Little Bites. Yes. Those muffins.
Yeah, the little bites are awesome.
Yeah.
MT says I remember two as well. The first N looks foreign to me. Red Snow sent the pictures with Mickey Mouse suspenders after the presentation. Run over there, okay?
There's some more residue.
So, Hito. Now your mystery is gone. I'm sorry.
Who started that National Donut Day? Was it Entenmann's?
I don't know, but check it out, Brian. It's in a circular.
What?
I said, check it out. It's in a circular.
Yeah, I see that. Entenmann's Donuts. And
Yes.
not to mention this meme here on the bottom left. I would have baked you a birthday cake, but Entenmann's just look better. Well, so that one. Thank you for finding residue for that, Sandy.
You're very welcome.
And so you're not affected by that one, but you still found some stuff for it.
Oh, I found. Yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So run over to Mandela Effect Awareness real quick.
Is someone sending me something?
Oh, yes. Do we need to black out the pictures? Because if so, you guys send the pictures to me, Brian. Forward it to me.
Black out what pictures?
I have to ask. Red Snow, do you want me to cover you up? What is the title of the story about a little girl who breaks into a bear's home, eats their food, and sleeps in their beds? No, it's fine, he said. So after this one, just show the pictures, okay, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, guys, what is the title of the story, the children's story that a lot of us grew up hearing or reading about a little girl who breaks into a bear's home? Don't worry about the spelling. It's not spelling. Not an issue. So we have Goldilocks and the three bears. Goldilocks. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, says Hinnich Chan. I'm so sorry. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Goldilocks, question mark, Goldilocks. Hey, Shelby, welcome. Brian, what's the title of this book for you?
The Three Bears.
Really? Do you hear that, guys? Brian is the only one. See, Eddie Von Keen, welcome, says, isn't it just the Three Bears? Not in my past. Goldilocks the star was always in the title. Yeah, huh? Right? Okay, Brian, you can move on.
Okay.
So, I have only ever known this story as Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And once again, you can still find books, cartoons, toys, etc. with this title, so it's not a full-on change. This is again what I call a variation effect, where there's now multiple realities of stuff out there that I've never heard of. What Brian and Eddie Von Keen know, I've never known. I've never heard it called, next slide, Brian, the Three Bears. The little golden book I had growing up, which was Goldilocks and the Three Bears, is now the Three Bears. That's it. Goldilocks, the star of the story, is removed from the title. I have never seen it called just the Three Bears. It was Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
I know because I've read it recently, Sandy.
So you took the update.
I read it to my daughter almost every night.
Noble, he recognizes the book I had too. The dad is like 5 billion times the size of the mom.
What in the world?
We believe the dad was shorter and Goldilocks was written there above the family with Goldilocks and the Three Bears off to the right. That's how the cover should be. But instead, we have Giant Dad and the Three Bears. It's still porridge. There probably is an updated version where they change the food, but if the original story is still porridge.
That one there on the right, that bear almost looks like a Sasquatch. I mean, goodness.
I know, Dad is gigantic. I don't get it. What I loved about this photo, guys, is that it's one book just called Goldilocks, and the other one's The Three Bears. So it's Goldilocks and the Three Bears on the table in 2 books.
Let me go get mine from my daughter's room and look at it real quick.
Okay. Again, you can still find the original title, but it was never just the Three Bears in my past. Is this a change for you too? Yes, Goldilocks or Goldilocks and the Three Bears, never just the Three Bears. And it's everywhere. It goes back. Old books, the Three Bears. Never, ever was it the Three Bears in my past. And no Giant Dad, right, JT? Brian's going to get the copy he reads to his daughter, and we're going to see if it says Goldilocks on the front.
Yeah, mine says the Three Bears.
Yours says the Three Bears.
Yeah, but in this story, there's no Papa Bear, Mama Bear and a baby bear. Like, it's not like that in this book.
How is it like then?
Just the big bear, the middle-sized bear, and the little bear.
Wow, so they're degendering them.
Yes.
Fantastic. JB, exactly. JB says that's like calling Little Red Riding Hood the wolf. It's so dumb. I can't. Just forget the star. Forget her. Cut her out.
So it looks like from this book, what I can tell from here, it looks like the big bear is the mama bear, and the middle-sized bear may be the older daughter, the way they're dressed, and then you got the younger daughter.
So we have a single mom bear. Even
Yes.
better. Oh my God, Brian.
Yeah, it's two girls and a mom. I'm not joking with you here. Let me show you I'll show you the picture of it. Okay, so if you can see that.
Let me see.
Okay, there's the mama bear and the two baby bears, but one's a middle-sized, the other one's a baby bear, and it's called the Three Bears.
But we can't see the title.
Oh,
The Three Bears. No Goldilocks.
nope.
No picture of Goldilocks either.
You want to see what she looks like?
Yes. Let me guess, she's got red hair.
You see that?
Okay. At least she has gold hair still. Oh no, is that red?
No, it's
No, her
gold.
hair's like it's strawberry blonde. There's red in there. Yeah. What is happening?
I don't know. Hey. Okay.
Oh Lord. Please help us. Oh God.
Okay. So it's just
So
called the
bad.
Three Bears. You
Mhm.
guys see my screen?
We see.
And that's the one there on the bottom you were referring to, the golden book.
Yes. No, the one that where the first one I showed you where the dab was huge, that was the one I had when I was a kid. But there's multiple little golden books, just the Three Bears.
I mean, what's next? They're going to change the three Billy Goats gruff to just the three Billy Goats.
Well, another change I saw, which was not really a big deal, the Three Little Pigs is losing the. In some, it's just Three Little Pigs, and others, it's the Three Little Pigs. And I'm like, everything's just changing. It's everything. Everything's changing. And it's all variation. And the variation effect annoys me because it's like you have the people who deny the Mandela effect is changing things, and they're like, well, there's still Goldilocks, so I don't know what you're talking about. You know, it's like, yes, but don't you get it? It was never the Three Bears. Ever, ever, ever for me. That's the change. It was never anything else. And now it's multiple things when it shouldn't be. It was always one thing, and now it's all this other stuff. Yep. I kind of remember the baby being a boy. Like the baby bear for me was always a boy.
It was always the Papa Bear, the Mama Bear, and the Baby Bear.
Right, but the baby bear was a boy. Like clearly remember him being a boy. I don't know if it was. See, he says yes, baby boy. So I don't know if it was the clothes he was wearing. I knew it was a boy. As a little kid, knew it was a boy. Clown Tom agrees, baby boy. Yes, a boy. Everybody says it's a boy. And now we have two girls and a mom in Brian's book. I'm surprised they're not polar bears now.
All right. So now we're on the. Is this the last one, Sandy?
Is it?
Am I still waiting on an email?
Yeah, you were supposed to go to your email. Why don't we save
Let me
this
go
one? Go
check.
to the email first. Save this and go to the email. If it's the last one. I think it is. Don't worry, guys. The last one's like 20 slides. It's a big one. There's a lot of stuff involved. Polar bears with a coke addiction.
All right. This is Red Snow's email. Do you want me to forward it to you, Sandy?
Oh no, no. You can just show the pictures because I don't have to edit them. I
Oh
thought I
yeah.
was gonna have to put a black box over his pictures of him, but he said it's okay to show.
Okay.
So this comes from Red Snow, Mickey Mouse with suspenders.
Yeah, I definitely want to see this.
Hannah Dotchin's already giving an answer. Through the Looking Glass is one. Interesting, JB. JB says Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Movie is Alice in Wonderland. And Alice Through the Looking Glass. I'm going to say JB is a partial update, but not a full update. We'll see. Brian, you're still not presenting pictures. What's happening?
I know. I'm trying to open it. It's weird. I think I tried to open it with a QuickTime Player by mistake.
Oh.
Trying to figure out how to open them all up at once. Okay, got it. Okay, I've got it now.
It's okay, JB. We all are not affected by every effect, and we are all not immune from updates. It's okay.
Okay, so these are the photographs that were sent. Okay, does everybody see that?
Yes.
Mickey Mouse with suspenders.
Oh, go back to the other one. Yes, that's it. That's awesome. That is definitely Mickey with suspenders.
So the company who made this remembers it also.
That is awesome pictures. And that company would be Mattel. I could tell by the red seal. That's Mattel.
Yep. Mattel's also the one who made Barbie.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, they were.
I wonder how much one of those Mickeys is worth to this day.
Probably a lot, especially if it's in the box. Nice pictures.
Thank you for sharing that, Red Snow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, going back to the presentation. What is the title of the two books, not movies, books, about Alice, the Cheshire Cat, and the Mad Hatter? What is the title? 2 for me in Mattel. Hannah Topson said I had a marching Mickey Mouse when I was little, and he also had suspenders. I don't know is okay at it. It's fine. Well, you could get a book with both books in it, Joe. You should cherish those pictures, Red Snow, because all of my baby pics, teenage pics, grade school pics, they all got destroyed in the flood. I don't have any photos anymore. All our photo albums were destroyed. Michael Fontaine is guessing the looking glass. Joe Bloor says Alice's Adventure in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
It was supposed to be Alice in Wonderland.
JT says Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
Yes, me too. I agree.
Oh, thank you. JB, it was just a flood in the basement. It wasn't like, a major flood. Like, it wasn't like Hurricane Rita or Sandy or anything. It was just the whole basement flooded and we lost a lot of stuff. Thank you.
Wait, you lost stuff too to a flood?
Yeah, our basement flooded and we lost all our baby photos.
Me
all our
too.
photo albums.
That happened to my parents too, and that's why I don't have very many photos of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, it stinks. Okay, Michael Fontaine says Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. All right, we're all over the place, and there's a reason for that. I'm going to tell you there is a reason for that. But I am happy to see that the real thing that sent me down this, it's actually a rabbit hole, was something that no one is getting. Amy Smart, welcome, says Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Adam for Christ says, I think Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass too. Brian, you can go on. There's more questions coming up, guys. In my past, now I'm talking books here, not movie, it was only Alice in Wonderland. And Through the Looking Glass, I can say, okay, it could be Alice Through the Looking Glass, but Through the Looking Glass. But both titles have variations now. Again, variation effect to make us look dumb. That I've never seen. So here we go. Variation number 1. Who remembers a dash between Looking Glass? This is a stupid, we're going from stupidest to oh my God, what the heck happened here? Okay? Who remembers a dash? Just yes or no in the chat. Do you remember a dash in Looking Glass? Because I do not. There was never a dash.
No dash for me, Sandy.
Mm-mm. Amy says no dash. I mean, none of you wrote a dash. NT says no. Hinakachin says no. Moon Freedom says no. JT says no. Okay, Brian. Adam for Christ says no. Variation number 2, adventures. In this reality, as many of you have said, it's just as common to find Alice's Adventures in Wonderland as it is to find Alice in Wonderland. So obviously some of you do remember that title, but for me it was only ever just Alice in Wonderland. It was never Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. And please note there's a dash in Looking Glass. And Gainer, that is interesting. Looking Glasses is one word now in the KJV. Variation number 3. Guys, this is what sent me down the rabbit hole of Alice in Wonderland again. This is it right here. This is the crazy one for me. The dash is nothing compared to an entire sentence added on to the official title. Next slide, Brian. Who remembers, and I want you to tell me if you remember this, Through the Looking Glass and what Alice found there, because never was and what Alice found there ever there. I can't. It's changes like these that just like blow my mind. And what Alice found there. Does anyone remember that? Anyone? I don't even know what to say. So, yeah, I know, and that's what happened. I went chasing rabbits and found like 10 things wrong, and that's why we got a 20-slide presentation. Also, in Looking Glass, what the heck? Alice is frequently shown wearing a red dress. This is also a change for me. It was always blue. Anybody recall a red dress? Because for me, always. I'm going to show you how many red dresses I found too. It was always blue. Never variation from that. Always blue. No, the blue is not Disney. There's a lot of blue before Disney. My friend says, oh my God. All right. Go on, Brian. Yeah, you would say that, except I found blue before Disney. Finally, we come to an old Mandela effect. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Originally, many remember propellers on their hats, which changed to flags. Oh, look at that. They both said red pill. Go ahead, Brian.
You take the red pill, you take the blue pill.
You don't know this one, JB, because it's a change. It just happened.
I thought they had propellers, Sandy.
Yeah, so did I. I did too. But do you ever recall seeing nothing on their hats?
No.
Nothing, just a hat, just a normal hat.
No.
Just plain beanie hats. Because now there's a reality with plain hats, including the original illustrations in Lewis Carroll's book. Who remembers plain hats? I don't think anybody does.
Like nothing on them?
Yeah, they're just hats.
No, they had propellers.
Yes, she's wearing blue there, not Disney.
I don't remember Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
I don't either. But it's there over and over and over and over again. And look at the red dress there, too.
It was Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I got plenty. I got all the residue coming up. Just it may be a little mixed up because it's very hard to sort them when they're like a quarter of an inch big. So these are Alice's Adventures. Now we have Alice in Wonderland books, not movies or TV shows, books.
I like that one where it has Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass in like a 2-in-1.
It's perfect, yeah. No dash, just how I remember it. Blue dress. It's got the black bow in her hair. But
Hey,
it's got stripes.
Sandy, do you remember a cartoon with Mickey Mouse and he went through the looking glass?
I did not see that.
Anybody else? There was a Mickey Mouse cartoon where he went through a mirror.
I honestly have no idea what comes after that. Oh, what if the song becomes blue? The song blue becomes red. That would be awesome. Love that. I had to scroll so I could see the whole comment. I thought you were telling me to fill in the blank. I was like, I have no idea. So here's residue of Alice in Wonderland. We were going way too fast. Go back. Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry.
It's okay. So here's wow. All right, yeah. So Alice in Wonderland books. The next one is dashes. So these are it's red. We're on the red background now. All these books have dashes, including the very old book with a red dress.
Is the book anything like the movie?
There's little changes, but mostly, yeah, it's mostly the same. I've never seen a version on screen of Through the Looking Glass. Here's all the red dresses.
She had a blue dress.
It was always blue for me.
And she had a black hair tie, right? Like a black bow.
It used to be blue.
Well, like a black hairband is what I'm saying.
It used to be blue, but it changed to black. That Teresa found that one a while ago. As you can see here in the top left, Brian, she's wearing red and the bow matches. The bow used to match.
I believe it.
Yep. Here you can see the titles with and what Alice found there, which looks absolutely ridiculous. Thanks, Ed. JB, we do this every week, actually. We missed last week because there was a lot going on. So once in a while we'll miss a week, but we do this every single week. So here we have Tweedledee and Tweedledum with nothing on their hats, just a hat. So now there's a reality. I'm sure we're going to find people who say, oh yeah, that was just a normal hat for me. Like, this is ridiculous. Sometimes the day will change, JB. That's why we recommend that you actually click the bell to get notifications, because sometimes the day changes, but lately we've been doing Sundays. There's a ton. There's a ton of Tweedledee and Tweedledum with nothing on top of their heads, except for the hat. So, does anyone remember nothing on the hat and what Alice found there? Because those 100% Mandela effects for me. 100%. Brian.
Yeah.
Ed Hen says, it surprises me every time I see this show on, catches me off guard.
Catches what?
Catches him off guard, like we don't actually do a show each week.
That's funny.
That is true, Moon Freedom. The little kid from Little Rascals had a propeller. I remember that too. I'm going to have to look and make sure that hasn't changed. Everybody, please say a prayer for my kitty. He got bit by something. I don't know what. Spider, maybe?
I guess we're done here. Okay, Sandy, any final comments? Oh, Sandy,
I
we
said,
lost
yeah,
you there.
put me back in.
Yep,
He said,
StreamYard bug.
any final comments? And I said, yeah, put me back in.
I was wondering.
I was saying, please say a prayer for Silas, my kitty. You can see him on my channel. I did a video just to. Let me explain something. I did a weird video on my channel just to see if the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, would send random people to my channel because it's a cat video. That is the only reason why I did that. Just out of curiosity. So I did like a little slideshow of cats, how cats drink water, and how my cat drinks water, and why you may hear trickling water all the time in a stream, like right now, because he came to drink water. And so you can see what you can see Silas on my channel, but he got bit by something. I don't know what. I don't know if he got stung by a bee. Now he's an indoor cat, so I don't know what happened. I'm thinking it's a spider. My guess is a spider bit him in the face, right underneath the eye, and his whole left side of his face is swollen and his eyes tearing. So please say a prayer for him that he feels better in the morning and that the swelling in his eye goes down. So I'm actually a bit worried. That's all.
Hey,
That's
Sandy,
the last thing I want to say.
I have to talk to you after the show about this, about Lewis Carroll. It's a true story. Or do you think I should mention it?
You already said something. You might as well.
Okay. Well, apparently Lewis Carroll had this infatuation with a young girl, and her name was Alice. Um, he admitted that, he wrote openly about his penchant for taking photographs of young girls.
Oh Jesus.
And in 1863, Lewis Carroll's relationship with the Little family abruptly ended while he eventually resumed communication with Henry and his wife. Carroll never again spent time alone with their daughters. So there's no record of why he was cut off from the family, but some believe because he proposed marriage to young Alice, which wasn't that unusual around that time, because in the mid 1800s, the age of consent was 12 years old, and many men would marry young brides. However,
Oh my
when you
God.
realize this relationship was the inspiration behind one of the most popular children's books of all time, it's a little bit creepy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bit creepy. Oh my.
So he kept the girls entertained, um, including Alice, and was telling them a story about which would eventually become Alice in Wonderland. It's really
Oh God.
weird. It's bizarre.
Oh God. No. Hannah Touch says he had nude photos of Alice. That's sick. It is sick. That is so sick. She was. How old is she?
She was like 12 years old.
Oh my God. That's disgusting.
I know. Um,
All right. We need to talk about something else, please.
I know,
Just
Tweedledee
anything.
and Tweedledum. So, do you have residue of them having propellers? Because I definitely like to see those.
I do have. Well, yes, but they're older. Hold on one second. Let me go to. I'm gonna send you one now.
Okay,
Here's
let me know when you
one.
said it. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I remember. You see
See if
that,
there's
guys?
anything else I can send you that doesn't need to be in a presentation form.
Well, have you seen the new Alice in Wonderland, the newer one with Johnny Depp?
I have not. I have another one of yours, but it's not done yet. I had to get more residue. So, I'm not going to do this one because we can ask the chat about this one. Hold on for a minute.
It's weird, but almost all the costumes show propellers.
They do. Hold on a minute, Brian. I'm going to I'm crossing out the name of these. I want to know what people remember the name of these being. Okay. Do me a favor. Show that picture. Guys, we have an ancient band toy that I want to show you. I was going to do a presentation on this, but I don't know if this is so much. This might be a regional thing. Or maybe a decade you were alive and knew it, when you were a kid thing. So I'm curious. What do you call these? I don't want to hear any bad answers.
Eyeballs? I don't know.
No. It's a stick or a ring, depending on, again, the decade that you were playing with them.
It looks like one of those
And
magic tricks. Kind of looks like a
you would
magic trick.
you would bounce your hand up and down, and the balls would go up and down and smack against each other. So Glass Flyboy calls them clackers.
Clackers, yeah, that makes sense.
Hinatachin calls them clackers. Here we go. Eddie Von Keen calls them knocker blockers. And Gaynor calls them clickety clacks. Yes, they were definitely hand smashers. That's it, Joe. Hand smashers. That's why they're banned. Click clackers. Not a weapon. They are a weapon. They could definitely be a weapon. But I'm asking the name of the toy, like that you would see on the packaging. Oh my God. The reason why, because I've always known them as clackers. Let me get to my picture, my folder. Tell you what all the names are. Give me 1 second, guys. This involves scrolling. And there is something else I want to show, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second. We take screenshots so they're at the bottom. I forgot that I wanted to show this. But let me tell them about the clackers first. So the names that they've gone by are cur knockers, knackers, which I've never heard. I've never heard cur knockers and knackers before. And that's why I was like, well, maybe it's a change. But then I was thinking, it's probably just regional. Clackers, click clacks, kerbanger, knockerbockers, clackers, and I think that's it.
Hey, Sandy,
Oh,
we're gonna have to.
Smackers. Smackers was the last one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to jump off of here, Sandy. It's getting a little bit late into the wee hours of the morning.
I understand,
But,
Brian. We have one more short thing to show real quick.
Okay.
It's important. Matthew Reed shared this image. I'm going to send you 2 more pictures after this. This is a change to our reality. How many times have we researched the Volkswagen logo? And it always had the line in it now.
Yeah.
But apparently, in the Split Beetle 49 to 50 and the Barn Door Deluxe 51 to 52, there was not a slit. That's new.
That is
So I
new.
go and look at it. I just sent you 2 more pictures. You're going to have to leave and go back in. There's a logo I've never seen before. So I want a yes or no in the chat. Hey, Mustard Seed of Faith, welcome. Yes or no in the chat. Have you ever seen this Volkswagen logo before? The red one.
No, not the red one.
The red one was never there. Those weird ones that you see on the left, we've seen them before. We've researched Volkswagen so many times. The next image is just a close-up of it if you want to go to it. I have never seen this wide VW red logo in my life, and now it's just everywhere. Has anyone ever seen the red one before? I think Vale says no to this. Yeah, it's before our time, but like I said, we've researched this. We've never seen this. Quantum says nope. Savy nay, says Ed. No, says Moon Freedom. No for Joe. You know what? It kind of does look like a jack-o'-lantern now that you made me look at it that way. Yeah, you would think it'd be lost, but now I'm actually finding it in use, and it's in Logopedia, and it's weird. It just appeared. So we have a Volkswagen logo that's not cut in half for 4 years, and a red logo, neither of which were there before. All the times that we researched Volkswagen. It's just odd. Just odd. So I thought I'd share it. And on that note, we
That's
should
a great
be
find. Great find, Sandy.
Yes. And Matthew Reed. Matthew Reed found the, the solid one. Ed, you know where to send it. If you found the video, send it over to Mandela Effect Awareness at gmail.com.
How long is the video? Because sometimes mail will, unless you could send a link to a Google or something like that.
Yeah, the link would be the best thing to send.
Which one?
I said a link would be the best thing to send.
Yeah, if you could send a link.
But we'll have to save that for next time because Brian has a big day tomorrow.
All right, so is that it, Sandy? We good with the effects? Have we covered everything?
I think we have.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us, especially at such late notice. We had like 26 people watching. And
we had over 30 at one point.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, Quantum. Oh, you're welcome. Quantum says thank you, Brian and Sandy.
I will stay classy. All right, guys. You have a great night. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And thank you for joining us.
Have a great Mandela night, everyone, and God bless.
Good night.